Hey guys, Paul here from BrayonBushcraft. Here's a video about 10 things I find people are missing from their bug out bags or survival kits that can come in real handy. Item number 1, just a roll of fishing line. People keep fishing line just a little bit sometimes, but I think just keeping a whole roll can really come in handy if you get stuck out in the bush, or to keep in your bug out bag. Really handy to have a lot of fishing line because you can set up a lot more lines, and it's a real good food source, and I find people often overlook. Item number 2 is just some snare wire. I find a lot of people don't keep snare wire in their kits, and I don't understand why, because with a roll of snare wire you can set up a lot of traps that are working for you 24/7. So it's always a chance of catching food when you have traps set out, and I find trapping is a big part of survival and bushcraft that people don't really think of or practice their skills to do, and very useful to have. Item number 3 is just keeping a watch. A lot of people with cell phones these days don't have a watch anymore and just rely on their cell phone for time. And that's okay, but if you're going out in the bush, you should always have a watch, because you never know, just by looking at the sun, you can't always tell the time very well sometimes. And having a watch on you can let you know exactly how much time you have till dark, when you should leave your fishing spot or whatever you're doing to get back to where you're going, so you don't get caught out in the dark. And if you do get caught in a survival situation, it's always good to know what time it is. Then you know when to start gathering firewood. You know exactly how much time you have until it's dark, and it's very good to have. It comes in handy. You should always have a watch, in my opinion. Item number 4 is just bug spray. I find a lot of people, you watch their survival kits or bug out bag videos, and they don't carry bug spray. And for me, this is a no-brainer, because if you ever go out in the woods in the middle of the summer, you know exactly how bad the bugs can be. The flies can just drive you to the point of insanity. And believe me, if you have that many flies after you and they're driving you nuts, you're not going to make good decisions, because you're going to be frustrated. So in my opinion, bug spray is very good to have in your bag, because when you don't have a cloud of flies around you driving you insane, it's going to make life a lot easier. Item number 5, trail markers, ribbons. Having a roll of ribbon like this is very good to have, even if it's just for going out fishing for the day. If you're not too sure on the landscape, you can mark your trail. When you're done, you know exactly how to find your way out, because you have a marked trail. And if you do end up in a survival situation where you're lost, you can leave a trail marker from where you got lost. That way, when people start looking for you, they find a trail, they know which way you went. So it's very good to have ribbons. I always keep them on me all the time. They're pretty easy to carry, and it really comes in handy. Item number 6, I just keep some nails. And people often wonder, like, if it's just for building a shelter or what, but actually it's for traps. I can set up a number of spring-loaded traps with nails that just add to my chance of catching game, and it's just extra food I can get with just keeping this, which is very light, takes up no room. So just by having a little pack of nails like this, it just adds the variety of snares and traps I can set up, and just adds to my chances of catching game. So I always keep a few nails like this. Comes in handy. Always adds the versatility of what I can catch out in the bush. Item number 7, just a whistle. You can yell as loud as you want. You're never going to yell as loud as a whistle. And this is not going to give out like your voice. And if people are looking for you, you're going to be heard a lot better and further away with this. And with the new whistles you have these days, you can tie it up like a necklace like I have. This one has a little light to it. It has a little compass on it. I can open it up, a little mirror. I keep matches in there. So now it's not just a whistle, it's also a very useful little multi-kit I can just keep around my neck. So I find this a very handy item to have, even if you're just going out in the bush for the afternoon or what. You never know. It can really make life easier and come in handy if anything happens. Or even if it doesn't, it's just around your neck. It takes no room. So it's a very good thing to carry. Item number 8, just the jeweler's magnifying glass. I'm amazed that more people don't carry magnifying glasses, because this is a very easy way to start a fire when you have the sun out. It gives you another option for fire making. And as you can see, this thing's tiny. It takes no room. I can keep it in any pocket or part of my kit. So whenever I'm out in the bush, I always have this thing on me. It's just a habit I've gotten into. So whenever I go out, I have 3 fire making abilities. I usually have a lighter, a fire rod, and my little magnifying glass. It's a little jeweler's magnifying glass. You can see. You can get them very cheap on Amazon, and they come in real handy. So for me, this thing is a must-have. Item number 9, just a simple trap. This is the next size up from a mouse trap. You can use this for catching squirrels. Very handy to have. It's very light, doesn't take up a lot of room. And the nice thing with this is, if I do get caught up in a situation where I'm stuck out, I can set this up in a matter of a minute, and then right away after this is set up, it's a chance of catching food. So while I'm setting up other traps and fishing or whatever ways I'm trying to set up ways to get more food, this is working for me right away. So I always keep one of these. I usually drill a hole in them too, so that I can tie it up to a tree or something. That way if I do catch some, it can't run away with my trap. So very handy to have. I always keep a couple of these. So very good way to catching food. Item number 10, the last item I have, is just a compass. I'm amazed at how many videos I watch where people have a bug-out bag and a survival kit and they don't have a compass on them or with them or part of their kit. Like, to me, this is a must-have. You can't go in the bush without a compass. Even if you're very experienced and know the land, this is a lifesaver. It should always be on you. It's a must-have. For me, I always carry a couple of them. That way if I do lose one, I have a backup. Even if I know the land and I'm pretty confident about the area, I always have one on me just in case. It should always be on you. I don't understand how people can forget about these, because to me, this is probably at the very top. Besides fire making, this is right up there with what should be on you in the bush. So always keep a compass on you, or part of your kit, or both. 2 is 1 and 1 is none, as they say, right? Those are my 10 items that I find are often overlooked or left out of bug-out bags or survival kits. I know there's a lot more. If there's something you think of that you think I've missed, please let me know in a comment. I'd love to hear about it. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm going to have more coming out real soon. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you out in the woods.